So first of all, let us pay homage to our lineage gurus. We first pay homage to Reverend Liao Ming and Shacha Zhengkong Rinpoche and the 16th Karmapa and Acharya Tupten Darji. All these four are our lineage masters, lineage gurus from the four Tibetan schools, and we'll pay homage to all the three jewels at the shrine. Shimu, Tupten City Rinpoche, and Danchen Gacho Rinpoche. All masters, instructors, reference, Dharma assistants, and Dharma lecturers, directors, all students, and also students across the internet. And all the honored guests today. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone? Grandmaster is greeting everyone in Mandarin and then in Cantonese. Today I am here at the True Buddha Veil Parasol Temple. Seeing Reverend Len Yang, that's Reverend Alfred, and Marianne, who's known by everyone as the CEO. Everything seems so fresh. Although this is a very old church, but this is still a very grand church. So when Master feels Veil Parasol name is actually very appropriate, because when you look at the ceiling, it's like a canopy. It protects all the students of True Buddha School here. Also protects the transmission of the lineage of our school. And also protects the transmission of the Buddha Dharma. So this would be a place under protection to disseminate the Buddha Dharma for generations to come. I myself feel that the practicing a Buddha Dharma is the loftiest thing. There's no need to compare ourselves with or any other sects or religions, because each religion has its own good points. Although in the past this was a church, do you know whether this was a Catholic or Protestant church before? So even in Protestantism, it's branched out to many different sects. So in Grandmaster grew up in Taiwan, and he knew that in the Protestant church in Taiwan, there's the Presbyterian, there's a Lutheran, and there's a Baptist. So even in the baptism ritual in Protestant, Grandmaster, when he grew up, at one point he was a Christian himself, and he studied. He was even a teacher leading Bible studies on Sundays, so he's very familiar with the Bible. In the Protestant baptism ritual, they would bathe or water you in water to receive baptism. It's in this way reminds us of Jesus Christ. When Jesus came down from the Mount Himalayas, after spending time in the wilderness, he came across St. John to give him baptism in the water in the river. And St. John the Baptist then scooped up water from the river to sprinkle over Jesus and ask Jesus to enter into the water to receive baptism. At that time, the gate of heaven opened up, and from heaven there's the sound, "This is my son, my beloved son." And that's how Jesus received baptism from St. John. And he became a founder of Christianity. In the Baptist, people receiving baptism have to enter into a bathtub, a tub of water, like a basin, and Grandmaster said that behind him there should be a place for baptism, like there should be a basin or a bathtub at that back. He has, Grandmaster said, he has visited many congregations, different congregations of the Christian church. Grandmaster has also visited the Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, which is the Mormon church. They believe in a different version of a Bible. They call it the Mormon's Bible. Grandmaster said, when you pick up a Bible, at the first part is the Old Testament. From the Genesis, it describes how God created the earth, created the world. And the New Testament is a record of the history of the people of Hebrew, the chosen people of God. And they considered the Father, the Son, and the Spirit as the Trinity. And the Father represents Jehovah, and the Son is Jesus Christ. And the Holy Spirit refers to all the angels and the Holy Spirits, and they are all in oneness. And then after the Old Testament, the next section is the Psalms. The section of the Psalms were written by a king in praise of Jehovah. And after that, you have the New Testament. The New Testament pertains to the actions and words of Jesus Christ, and written by his disciples, Matthew, the Gospel Matthew, the Matthew, Luke, the Gospel according to Mark. So the New Testament is also a historical record of Jesus Christ's disciples, besides Jesus himself. Grandmaster on reading out all the sections of the Bible after the New Testament, and all the way, all the end to the section of Revelation. In the past, a Grandmaster attended the Presbyterian Church at the city of Kaohsiung, which is a southern city in Taiwan, in South Taiwan. Grandmaster attended grade school in that city, growing up there. So he started attending the church when he was very small, all the way until he became a Sunday school teacher to the children. So he taught many classes at the church there. So he knew a lot about the Bible. All the way until he attended high school, he still. So that's why he feels a sense of familiarity with this church here. He feels familiar here. Today he feels like sitting on the chair. He is a minister. Minister also disseminate teachings. So Jesus was born in the city of Bethlehem. At the time when he was born, in the sky there's a very bright star. That light shone on Jesus when he was born. At that time, there were 3 wise men from the east who rode camels, and they saw the star on the sky shining down, so they believed that the Messiah, and they traced the light to find Jesus, baby Jesus. Why did Jesus born at the city of Bethlehem? Jesus' mother is Mary. Grandmaster said that when he visited Germany one time, and he heard the people there referring to Mary as Mary Kang, so And that's the name they use in Germany, referring to Mary as Mary Kang. But she's more commonly known in English as Maria. And Jesus' father was Joseph. He was a carpenter. At that time, Joseph was traveling with Maria, because at that time there was a census going on. So Joseph was traveling with Maria to go back to their native place to register. That place is the Nazareth. So they had to travel far to go back to Nazareth. On the way to Nazareth, Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Since Joseph was a carpenter, so people refer to Jesus as the carpenter's son. Actually, during the life of Jesus, there was a period in his life, there's no record of what happened to him, where he was. In the Bible, there's no description from the age of until age 30. Certain period that there's no record at all what happened to him. Actually, during that time, Jesus had traveled to Himalayas mountains. That's why when he came back down from Himalayas, you can see him wearing a white robe and also a red robe. He wears the white robe with a cassock, red cassock over his white robe. Actually, if you pay attention to the depiction of his attire, it's very similar to the Tibetan Lama outfit. This same kind of clothing worn by the Vajrayana practitioners in Tibet. After Jesus returned to the Middle East, he preached for 3 years. Actually, the kind of teachings he gave during those 3 years are quite simplistic, because he was preaching at that time to people like fishermen. When Jesus came to the shore, and there were 2 fishermen who were not able to catch any fish, and Jesus asked them, "Did you have any good catch?" And they said there wasn't any. They couldn't catch any. And Jesus told these 2 people, just drop, fishermen. One of them was Peter. Just drop your net right where you are at that same spot your boat was. You would be able to find a lot of fishes. At that time, the Peter didn't believe Jesus. He was saying, we were outside in the ocean, we couldn't catch any fish, and now you're telling us to just drop the net right at the harbor and to catch fish? This is impossible. And Jesus asked him to just trust me. So when Peter dropped the net, we're right by the harbor. Indeed, when he pulled up the net, it was full of fishes. You have to remember, this is right by the seashore. They couldn't even get any out in the sea. And yet, right by the seashore, they were able to get all the fishes when they listened to Jesus. So Jesus had many miracles, did many miracles to help many beings. And there's a sermon at the mountain. Jesus went up, gave a sermon on the mountain, on the mount, and a lot of people were hungry at that time. There was not enough food, and Jesus performed a miracle of using 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, just 2 fish, and he was able to feed everyone. Jesus kept on praying when they were using the limited food, but by when Jesus prayed, the fish and bread multiplied and to feed everyone. There's even left over. This is his miracle. But Jesus has spoken many teachings that are related to our Buddha Dharma. I have often said, the Grandmaster said, Jesus Christ is Grandmaster's guru. He considered Jesus as his guru. So we cannot say we are Buddhists today and we just forget about Jesus. Because since Grandmaster was a Christian when he was growing up, he still considered Jesus as his guru. You cannot, by taking refuge in the new master, you forget your old master. You don't do that. Jesus is my guru because he has inspired many motives for Grandmaster to pursue Buddhism. He feels a lot of motives originated from Jesus. Grandmaster has witnessed Jesus appearing to him one time in a brilliant white light, and he told Grandmaster, "You have not rebelled against me, because in your heart you still have me in your heart. You still have me as a guru in your heart. The road you're walking on is the same road that I'm walking on." So Grandmaster said what he has learned from Jesus is Jesus' compassion. Because Jesus cared a lot for the ordinary people. What he had taught to our ordinary people, he didn't associate himself with any high official. He helped the common folks, the businessmen, the fishermen. This is Jesus' most humbled characteristic. Because one day he even became so humbled and to kneel down to wash the feet of his disciples. Have you seen any other guru do that? Done that? Jesus has knelt down to wash at the feet of his disciples. This is how how he's showing us his humility. He was never arrogant. So it's the same as the Catholic Church Pope now. He has also emulated Jesus. He had also gone into the prison to wash the feet of the prisoners. He's emulating the spirit of Jesus. because Jesus treats everyone the same. Like Grandmaster, he treats everyone, like even little kids, the same. Every little kid is beloved. So when our students bring their children up, or even back in the day when Jesus was around, when his students, disciples, brought many of their kids to listen to Jesus, they make a lot of noises. But Jesus would say, bring your children over. And Jesus would treat the children very nicely. So Grandmaster feels that he's emulating Jesus. So he, so that's why at the school, when there's like a big gathering, when people wait for empowerment from Grandmaster, they always let the little kids to go up first before the adults go up to receive empowerment. Also, Jesus has this very great teaching. Whatever you do with the left hand, do not let your right hand know. This is very similar to Buddhism teaching. Whatever good things your left hand done, do not left hand know about it. What this means is that whatever charity, good things you do, don't keep it in your heart and think it's very great, because this is something that you are obligated, you're supposed to do. If you think this is something, if you attach to such things, then because it would become very selfish yourself. Today, to spread Buddhism, you are doing it not just for Buddhas and Bodhisattva, not for yourself. You are disseminating Buddhism not for anyone, but just because it's to spread the truth of the universe. You are not doing it because, oh, I want to get something out of it. Then such egotistic desire is wrong. If you are doing something for your own self, it's wrong. Also, Jesus has also said that if someone took my outer clothing, I'll even remove my inner clothing to give to that person. This is the spirit of sacrificing himself. This shows that he's totally egoless. So in the Bible, it describes that Jesus went up to the mountain to pray to God. For the glory of God, he can sacrifice himself, even his life, for this sake of everyone. Even if I sacrifice my life, when they raise me up, the glory of God will shine on everyone. What he meant was that when he was crucified and people rose his crucifixion, his glory will shine all over the world. So today, if you drop your purse, don't worry if you lost some money, because don't feel bad, because if somebody picked it, if somebody used it, that's just good as well. Because money is to be spent. If it's not spent by you, spent by somebody else, that's fine too. So don't be sad if you drop your money. because you can never own anything in the world forever. Jesus believes that even the body does not belong to him. He can offer his flesh and his blood to redeem the original sin of everyone. By sacrificing himself, he redeems everybody else. Not too far away from this place, there's a temple bigger than this temple here. Grandmaster is referring to a temple in Union City. The person in charge of that temple used to be part of True Buddhist School, but they have left. And that person has asked people to give her money and to build that temple. He's grabbing after everybody's money. But Grandmaster himself, ever since he started teaching, he has never asked anybody for money. And he would never ask anybody for money, especially not to intimidate other people into offering money. Because this is the tactics used by the other person who would threaten other people and saying, "Oh, you don't look good. Let me give me some money, and I will do a fire offering to help you." So we have to make a distinction between these two types of practices. Grandmaster said, if someone really has difficulties and needed help, so recently someone came up to Grandmaster. He asked Grandmaster to help him, and afterwards he wanted to offer a big sum of money to Grandmaster, and Grandmaster refused to accept it. This person said many times to ask Grandmaster to accept this offering. So Grandmaster, who witnessed that? Raise your hands. So, okay, Master Lendong, Master Changzhi, they all witnessed this happening. And Master Lenying also witnessed that. And Grandmaster kept on refusing from accepting money from this person. That person even said, "Oh, give me your account number. I'll wire money into your account." Grandma said no. And that person even said, "Oh, just give me Shimu's bank account number." And Grandmaster refused because this is too much money. Grandmaster said he was scared when someone showed the intent of giving so much money. He's too scared. He said he would not dare to do it. Of course, we have to know that many other people, when they see such a big sum offering, they would be so happy to take it, but not him. Grandmaster feels that he has everything he needs. At the temple in Seattle, we have a dining room, and the kitchen there prepares food, and he's happy eating there. And he has already a home himself. There's no need for any more houses. Just he has a car he can drive, and it was a gift from Dharma's sister Hanifa. So he has a car to drive. And clothing, it's, this is how he wears every day. And he doesn't need to wear a suit or wear a tie or wear. Some people may say, "Oh, I can put on a suit, wear some wig, and go out to nightclub to dance." Or maybe some people even disguise to go in nightclubs to watch topless shows. Not him. Grandmaster said he's just wears this regular these. He wears this clothing every day. Oh, Grandmaster is wondering how come he had two bracelets, because one was from Reverend Alfred, because earlier when he was drawing the calligraphy, Reverend Alfred used that bracelet to roll up the sleeve. So Grandmaster said he doesn't need anything. So even if he goes into department store, there's not one thing he wanted to buy. There's nothing he needs. Do I need cosmetics? Clothing? So he didn't buy anything. He wouldn't buy wigs, no shoes, because even his shoes were gifts from student, because that student said, "Oh, Grandmaster is not very tall, so they make these like sandals, platform sandals for him to use, and he's used to wearing them anyway. Doesn't need anything else." Some people say, "Oh, Grandmaster, you have so many adornments on your body, like all those are gifts from students." This ruby ring is a 9-carat ring, ruby. Oh, 29-carat. Was a gift from Dharma's sister Kun Ying. So the ruby itself is from Dharma's sister Kun Ying, but the ring itself is from Dharma's sister Hanifa, who so this ruby is not totally blemish-free. So the jeweler said if it's not the most expensive kind, it's just big, heavy in weight. So Grandmaster said he sometimes wears them just to make the student happy, because that student, after giving the gift to him, might say, "Oh, how come you're not wearing it?" And on Grandmaster's left hand, the ring was a present from Master Lensing from Hong Kong, and that jade also from Master Lensing from Hong Kong. Master Lensing said that she was just responsible for have someone make it into a jewelry piece, the jade wasn't from her. Somebody else gave the jade. The watch has Grandmaster's name, even placed into a student's gift. Now, also the dragon vest and the llama attire, they're all gifts from students. Actually, Grandmaster said he doesn't own anything and he doesn't need anything. Because if you don't need to buy anything, then you don't really need any money. So, in reality, Grandmaster said he's at the stage where there's nothing he desires anymore. There's a Chinese saying, when you don't have any desire, your character is very high. And one very important point in Christian teaching, one cannot be proud of yourself. When you have so much self-pride, then you would turn into devil or evil. Do you know who is Satan? Satan is evil. What are the demons? Satan. In the Bible, it describes that originally there are the white angels and the dark angels. And the white angels embrace everyone. The dark angels go out to harm everyone. So Lucifer is, in Christian teaching, Satan was created by God also. And Lucifer is the leader of all the angels. He felt that he had so much pride, he felt that he was even higher than God. And he turned into Satan, the evil. And simply, if you pride yourself, you are the devil. If you feel that you're higher, bigger than everyone, you are the evil. So in our True Buddha school, he is the proudest. So this Grandmaster is referring to this person who has left our school now, who has started her own church and consider himself has been around for 300,000 years practice. And this person has committed many lies to deceive people. Because this person, in the past, whenever she went to different parts of the world to teach, she considered himself even higher than Grandmaster and committed herself to a lot of lies. Like when she visited a cave in New Zealand where a lot of fireflies lived there, then she made the big lie and that all those fireflies have been waiting him thousands, millions of years. her to come. She's very proud. This is the sin of arrogance. And she believed her Dharma power is even greater than Master. In fact, if she made all these lies, if those what the lies describe, she said she can communicate with all the animals, then she can talk to turtles, fireflies, spiders, crabs. Grandmaster felt that that he doesn't himself have that kind of ability to talk to insects. But of course, that person was just lying. So is Dharma sister Rebecca here? So we would like invite her to stand up. So Dharma sister Rebecca had told the story to Grandmaster because when this ex-master was claiming all these power that she had. So Rebecca worked as a reporter from Taiwan. So she was very curious and followed that ex-master around. And in Taiwan, she invited this ex-master to an animal shelter place. And every animal actually in the shelter has a name, because the staff working at the shelter had given a name to every animal. And supposedly, she would go to visit this animal shelter and supposed to talk to this cat or dog. And supposedly, if she asked them, they can communicate with her and tell her names, because this ex-master claimed that she had that ability. So the staff had made up all these names for the animals. So if she can go up and name the names of the animal, that would show that she had really true ability of communicating with the animals. So Dharma sister Rebecca took her to visit this shelter and was hoping that she could demonstrate her power that she claimed she have. So when she went there, she just went there and picked the food to feed the animal. And she didn't say a single word. Because when she walked in there, she found out that each of these animals did have a name. When she found out that, she was afraid. She was afraid to talk to the animals at that point, because she was just a fake. So Dharma sister Rebecca said she was very disappointed, because she thought this ex-master would be able to tell the names of these animals, because she claimed she could communicate with them. But when the television team went to film, she just feed food to the animals. So everyone was very disappointed. Because if she truly had that ability, she'll be able to say, "Oh, we talk to the dog. Oh, Mary, here's some food for you." But she was not able to do that. And she could not say anything and left right away. She's she's trying to she's actually cheating all the foolish students in our school into believing her. Buddha Shakyamuni is very great. He lived 2,500 years ago. Even back then, Buddha Shakyamuni didn't say he could communicate with animals. So in the Bible, you can't find any record of Jesus talking to animals either. And now we have this person who's claiming that she had that kind of ability. And her temple is not too far away from here. You can go and test out by taking your animal, your dog, your cat there to see if she could tell the name of your dog or your cat. See if she can even command the dog to bark 3 times. Not 4 times, but 3 times. If she can do that, we'll believe her. So Jesus himself has performed like 10 great miracles. One time, he asked one of his disciples who had died to, who has even the corpse wrapped up in cloth, the burial cloth, and put inside the burial cave, and Jesus is able to command that person to rise, and Jesus himself can walk on water. And he has transformed water into wine. And Jesus one time put some dirt over the eyes of a blind person. And then after they removed the dirt, this blind person could see. And Jesus has also driven out the spirits who have possessed people and healed people's mental illnesses. So he's a true guru, and we should believe in true gurus such as Jesus. So do not follow the false gurus who would ask you for money. Jesus has not asked anyone for money either. He was doing that to glorify God. So only that's the way of the true gurus. So students of a true Buddhist school, you have to keep a watchful eye on your wallets, because so many fake gurus will come out and try to take money from you. Their purpose is to make more money. Why do you want to have a huge temple? To make more money. They ask people to donate for the land, donate for the Buddhist statues. This ex-master devised a plan called Raising the Star. She wanted people to donate money to put up a star on the roof. She came up with this plan that the more money you donate, then she would show you, oh, on the ceiling, that's the big star. And for you, that's the way for you to fly there to the big star when you die. If you donate little money, then you go to the smaller star on this. This is just his way of scheme of making money. So, does that mean if you don't have money to donate, then you become a homeless person? Does that mean that if you don't have money, you can't go to heaven? Of course, that's not true. As long as you have a very sincere heart and believe in your guru. Padmasambhava has said this: you have to revere your guru. You have to revere the Buddha Dharma taught by your guru. You have to really put the Buddha Dharma into practice. Then you would attain accomplishment. So people who revere the guru, treasure the Dharma, and practice the Dharma will attain accomplishment. Among the people sitting here, all the one wearing the yellow collar, they are all gurus. In the future, they can all become their own guru. A true guru who can teach humans as well as even the heavenly beings. But you must not ask people for money. Do not try to think up all these schemes to try to ask people to give you money. So Grandmaster said he himself is the founder of a True Buddhist school, is the root guru. So even for the yellow-collared masters, they are gurus in their own right. Grandmaster said he would never say, "Oh, you have to make me offering every month. If you don't do that, I'm going to spank them." No such thing. And this ex-master, for the last 18 years, because Grandmaster went into seclusion in the year 2000, and since then, she has never made any offering to Grandmaster. And yet, when she went to other places to teach, other people would give her offering to turn over to Grandmaster, and yet she put them all into her own pocket. So this is corruption. Because one of these people is a Chinese traditional medicine doctor, and he lived somewhere else. But every time when he sees this ex-master, he would prepare like 2 donations, one to her and one to ask her to give to Grandmaster. But she never turned it over. She all put it in her own pocket. So this is a form of corruption. Because Grandmaster said, since he doesn't use money for himself at all, the money people offered him, it all goes into the Xunyanu Foundation for charity work. So in Guangzhou, in China, there's a Dharma sister who was duped into believing this ex-master. Was collecting on people's donation. They were to be turned over to Grandmaster. People. So this Dharma sister in Guangzhou had told Grandmaster these things, that they had turned money to this ex-master to turn over to Grandmaster, but she never gave them to Grandmaster. She has built a very big temple for herself. So such a person is doing all these things for himself to even make more money. And she's so proud. And she made the vow that she would go to all the other chapters of True Buddhist School to convert them to take her. As she had told one of our Dharma instructor that she would eventually conquer all the temples in True Buddhist School and make them her own. So people would regard her as the new founder. And she had tried to bribe many people by telling them that, oh, you come over to me, I'm going to make you into a master. So this kind of guru is a fake guru who only wants everything for herself. Do you think here, I want to be a guru in Triple Buddhist school? Just I can do that by just making a big offering to Grandmaster. That's not true, because in our school, there was one time Grandmaster gave the empowerment of a chariot, and the offering he gave to Grandmaster was just a just one tea packet. It's not even a box of tea packet, but just one packet to make one cup of tea. And Grandmaster said he didn't even drink tea, because whenever he drinks tea, he could not sleep at night, because he's very sensitive to the caffeines. So one time, one Asharia made this offering, or one packet of tea bag. But Grandmaster said he did not slight that gift either. He uh, he took that gift as an offering to offer to the universe, and gave him this person an empowerment of a chariot. He didn't demand people to give him so much money for empowerment. It's all discretionary. At least he get one tea bag that time. There are some people who would approach Grandmaster and ask Grandmaster to give them empowerment of Acharya. Grandmaster feels that when the time is ripe, he would bestow the empowerment of Acharya to that person. It has nothing to do with the offering. So in the true guru, this person would open his heart and offer it to glorify all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the past, present, future, in all times and spaces. There's no egotistic mind. You're doing everything in accordance with the big mind of the universe. If you do it for your own small self, to build a big temple for myself, I want to enjoy this fame, so I can enjoy this good food, or drive a big car, or so that I can pass all these wealth I have to my children, so that everyone would have enough for my children. And that Grandmaster said, if you are that kind of guru, you might as well not be a guru. You have to do everything in accordance with the intent of the big universe. The difference between true and fake guru is this: one for oneself, the other is for the big mind, the big universe. Grandmaster said what he does is for the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. He's not selfish. This is the true guru. If you only scheme to look for money everywhere, if you really use that money to disseminate the Buddha Dharma, that's still acceptable. But if you are only trying to make more money for your own self, so that you'll be more famous and more respected by other people, or you claim, I'm going to be higher than the root guru. So Grandmaster said, why aim so low to try to surpass him? Why not try to surpass even the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? One time this ex-master claimed that the earth god put a sign on his head. Whatever you said would go. But isn't this ridiculous? Because even the earth god cannot say everything goes her way. There's still, in the universe, there's beings still higher than the earth god. The Buddhas, they're the beings in the four holy realms. The Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and even the Arhats, they're all higher than all these heavenly beings. Actually, in reality, in the universe, there's no such thing as a self. And the ego is just an illusion. If someone feels that he is going to create a bigger himself or herself, bigger than his own guru, and she can name all these other people to be his own masters, is this a true guru? No, that's definitely a fake guru. So today's teaching is to tell you to differentiate between a true and a fake guru.